Howdy everyone, this is Tricia and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be decorating my fall tree. Yes, I'm getting started a little bit late on that, but what the heck, I'm going to go ahead and decorate it, and then of course I will be then decorating it for Christmas. But this is my tree right now. This is my new Christmas tree. We went ahead and got a brand new one from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to go read the box so that I can tell you which one it is in case you're interested. This tree has different colored lights, and they'll have like a, you can have them all just on, or they'll turn on and off, or they'll twinkle a little bit. I chose a little twinkling on it, so I thought that would look really pretty, especially with the fall that I'm going to be decorating it with. Now I've got a ton of stuff here on the floor, and I've got a few ribbons here on my table, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to put on it, but I have an idea of what I'd like to put on it. So I've got a lot of old stuff that I already had, stuff that I took off of some old wreaths and things like that. And then I've got a few new things that I purchased in the past couple of days that I think I want to put on the tree. Now I have an assortment of ribbons as well. I don't know what I'm going to use, so I've got all my ribbons out. I even have some like deco mesh like this, and I want to maybe put some of that on there. So I think I'm just going to decorate it. We'll just go with the flow. The idea is that I want to take some of the florals that I have, maybe break some things apart, make tiny little sprays, little bundles, and then just kind of tuck them into the tree. But thankfully, the lights are already on there. I don't have to put any lights, but for the first thing I want to do on there is put some ribbon. So let's get to decorating. Okay, so here is my box right there. And then I've pulled out some stuff out of the box, and of course some stuff out of some bags that I had. Got some stuff on the couch over there, including a little scarecrow, my dog. That's Fergie. All right, and then over here on the couch I've set up some florals and some greenery bushes. Now some of these are brand new, some of these I had already. And there's my other dog, that's Freya. All right, so I'm gonna see what I can put together, because in here I have some picks, and let me show you those. Okay, so here I've got some picks, as you can see right here. Some of these I probably bought already made. That looks like it was already made. Yeah, here's one with a little tag here. I think these were from Walmart, because that looks like a Walmart tag. By the way, the Christmas tree is a 7.5 Queensberry fir. Okay, and then I've got these. Yeah, these I make, I can tell, because it's got my floral tape, and it's got some ribbon that I have in rolls that I took apart. And of course, there's some greenery that I have in some bushes. I have these flowers, and I have these pumpkins. So this is something that I put together. So this is basically what I want to continue, but I think I'm going to pull out this flower, add a different flower, and possibly even remove the ribbon. Although this ribbon looks exactly like this ribbon here, which is a large bow. And I'm thinking, well, heck, I'll just put this huge bow maybe on the top of the tree, and then I can leave this ribbon on there and not use any other ribbon, right? So that's might be what I'll do. So then I can just replace the flower on these. Little flowers are kind of crushed on here. I have some new flowers that are really pretty, and I think I want to add those instead. So let's go ahead. Oh, look, and I have these big picks here also. Isn't that pretty? I think I might just stick these, oops, the pumpkin fell off, but I think I might just stick these in a basket somewhere else here in the living room. Okay, let's move that one out of the way. I've got a bag of pumpkins. I might have to grab my glue gun. Maybe some of these picks might need a little pumpkin. So I do have an extra, and I did buy these new. If I don't use them here, I'll use them somewhere else in the house, in the kitchen maybe. Okay, so since I'm thinking I'm gonna use that ribbon, then I'm gonna go ahead and put everything, all these other ribbons away, because I think I am going to use that ribbon. Okay, and I have this cord. It's really pretty. Look at that. But I think I'm going to save it for a Christmas project. So put that over there. This is a new ribbon that I recently bought. It's so beautiful. This isn't an arrangement that I'm going to put here on the table, so I might use some of that in here. These are all, and then I have this lovely bit. You guys, I might just redo some of these little bows. We'll see. But yeah, because look at this new ribbon also. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so let's see what I'm gonna redo. I have my scissors, wire cutter, and wire here to wrap some things up. I also have some chenille stems that I could wrap some of these things up. So let me go ahead and decide what I'm actually gonna do, because if I have enough to make a new bow, maybe I'll just make a whole new bow instead of using the one I showed you and then replacing the ribbons on here. Okay, let me decide on that for sure. And then, yeah, might keep these here, might keep that one on here. Okay, let's decide what we're gonna do. I feel like I'm all over with this because I didn't really plan it out. So my video is a little bit all over the place. I did some errands this morning, and then I just, we had a situation. My mom's dog, Shalina, she passed away. We found her yesterday in the morning. Was it yesterday morning? Yeah. Okay, you guys, I'm really sorry. I'm all over the place with this video. I don't know what I'm doing. But yes, I decided that let me go ahead and put this garland on there. I do want to put some ribbon on it, but I want to see how far this garland goes. I have two of these. These are so beautiful. I got these from a store called At Home. This is the label on it. They were $6.99, so $7 each. I did think about going to the Dollar Tree and getting their inexpensive, which is $1.50, or I don't know how much it's going to be now, maybe $1.75, because I do know their seasonal items, the prices are a little bit more than their other regular stuff. Yeah, like right away I'm already noticing spots where something's missing, but that's okay. It's all right. If this garland, because I have two of them, doesn't quite like drape on there enough, I think what I can do is I can just cut this into small pieces and then tuck them in here and there. So let me see how that's going to. Okay, so something else I'm also noticing is that the tags, some of the little tags are still on my tree, because you know it's got the part numbers and letters, but I think it's pretty easy to tell what goes where. So I'm just gonna take those off. I set up the tree a couple of days ago and I fluffed it up. I didn't fluff up the back. I wasn't going to worry about it because I put it in the corner. I just fluffed up the very bottom and here in the front. But I know that while I'm decorating, I'm probably going to crush here and there, so I'll fluff it up a little bit more. Okay, so let's see how much this will do. All right, so I put the garland on there. I just loosely put it on there because I wanted to see, you know, how much it'll cover. So I think the other piece will continue from where that left off. Right about there, and then I'll just drape it like so. And I'll go down a little bit. I think that looks okay. And then of course, right in here and the little spots up here, I'll fill with other things. So that works really well. So I'll know where that's gonna go, and that gives me a really great idea. So now that I know that, also, I have this grasses, I guess, dry grasses. This I got it from, I guess At Home. Yeah, At Home also. It's got the little tag there, $6.99. I had bought some time ago, and I purchased some fall when I saw that they had first put it out, and I didn't know what I was going to use it for. But I've seen like on top of the trees, you know, they got like a thing clustering out, sometimes feathers and such. So I think that this could be cute on the top. This won't drape down, but my husband will probably be like, yeah, put it up there. So I'm gonna see if this will look good at the very top of the tree, and then I can put a bow here somewhere. Maybe some other leaves. Oh, you know what? Let me show you. Okay, so I've got these. So maybe these, see, like that? So I could tuck this in, and I can just tuck this bush in, and then just kind of move things around into the tree and get the pine to tie around it to hold it. And then I can just kind of bend these out, fan them out. I'm just showing you here what I could do, but I'll actually do it on the tree. But this is so you know what I'm doing. This is also from the store At Home, and it was $7.99. Here's the tag right there, At Home. Can you see that? Okay, so yeah, I'll put those at the very top. Yes, and then maybe one of those big picks that have one of those big pumpkins right there. The thing that I'm thinking about is how am I going to reach the top? I have to like kind of like scooch myself in between the corners of the couch and the love seat to get in here, to get back here with my tree, which I'm almost as white as. Here's my tree and here's me. Okay, you guys. Oh my goodness. Let me get out of here. So I'm thinking, should I move my little table out of the way and then move my love seat that way? I might do that, except that I need the lighting. I don't want to unplug that. Oh my goodness, what a mess I am. Okay, let me go ahead and get this. You know, like I said, I'm going to tuck this in, and if I need to use the very tippies of the tree, bend the pine needles, you know, these little branches. See if I can bend those. I'm feeling it. It's this soft kind of needle. They're like plasticky. They're not those pokey ones, and they're very soft, but some of them do bend. I'm noticing right now. If not, I'll use chenille stems just to make sure that, you know, it doesn't go flopping off of there for some reason. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that up there, use some wire or some chenille stems. All right, so that's what I've got so far. I've just tucked it in, and then I tucked in the floral bush up there. I had to climb on my couch to do that. And that's actually touching the roof corner over there. All right, so that's what I've got so far. Let's put on some of that garland. All right, and there is the garland. I've gone ahead and I've put it on there, and I've tucked it in, so it looks really nice. Look at that. Okay, let's go on to the next step. Okay, so the next step would be to add some ribbon, and I wanted to make a bow. I was talking about like a big bow at the top, you know, underneath where the floral was draping down. But I'm foregoing the idea of putting a bow because I want to put like little ribbon bows, kind of like just like that, little cutouts on the picks. So I don't want a big bow now that I think about it. I think I like the idea of just some ribbon draped on there, and the idea of just maybe putting some little pieces on the picks. And then if I have anything left over, because I have quite a bit on here, but still, I started off with 10 yards, but I've used some of this on another arrangement, and I just made very small bows on it. So I think I'm going to forego the idea of a big bow. Yes. And just put little pieces of this ribbon here and there. I think it'll look really pretty on those picks. So let's get to making some of those. All right, so here is what I have created right here. Now this is what it was like before. So it had more of a kind of a country farmhouse feel because I used a burlap here and this burlappy printed ribbon on here, and this kind of a daisy sunflower type of thing here, Shasta daisy, I think is what it is. But anyway, this is what it looked like before, and this is the look that I'm kind of going after. So I just want to do these picks. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I got to do 4 more. Let's see, 1, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 more to do because I've already done 1. So I'll show you how I did that. So this is what I'm going to have, okay? And I do have some flowers and some more ribbons that I said I want to use in here. So for now, I'm just using these 2 mesh colors, deco mesh. And this is the, I think, 6 inches or, yeah, maybe 5 inches. And then I'm using this ribbon. It's so beautiful. So it's kind of a burnt orange color with some glittery designs. So beautiful. Okay, this I got it in a local store. I think I got these. If I didn't get them at Hobby Lobby, I may have got them. Yeah, they are from Hobby Lobby. I'm sorry, no, from Dollar Tree. This is their Crafters Square. What is it? Their brand. Okay, so these were from Dollar Tree, and this was from a store called Trini's here. It's a local store. And then of course some leaves on here. I don't recall where I grabbed these things. I may have grabbed them from Hobby Lobby or maybe from Trini's. And the little pumpkins, the same thing. Okay, so that's what I've got here. So like I said, I have some flowers and I want to do a different pick, but this is what I'm going to do for this one. I've got a piece this long and I actually cut both of them. So I'm going to cut 1 more so I don't lose the length that I'm using, or actually I should go ahead and cut 5 more. and have them all cut up. But anyway, so I'll just do that in a minute. I'll do 4 more, and then I cut a piece of green mesh, and about the same length. This is about maybe 11 inches or so. Okay, and then cut another piece of that green, sorry, of this yellow. Very pretty. Okay, let's put these two aside. And I've got this, and then I just got a little piece of this floral wire. This is a 26 gauge. I use 22, 24, and 26. Those are the gauges of wire that I need. Unless I need something thicker, more, you know, hardier, then I use a 20. But for things like this, 22, 24, 26 even. Okay, I usually look for 22 or 24. That's my usual. So I'm just going to grab these from opposite corners and just kind of pull on it a little bit, and then just grab it from the middle. Let's see. Let's let it do that again, and then kind of curl it a little bit, and then just grab it right there. And then you do the same thing with the other one, and then just kind of curl it a little bit, just twist it, and then grab it right from the middle. And then, oh, because on your ribbon, you want to, before you start doing any of this, you want to put the ends together, fold them in half, and then cut your dovetails, or cut them at an angle, just cut them straight, however you like. Got a trash bag right here ready. Okay, so then I'm just going to pinch that in the middle, put it on top of that, grab my little piece of wire, and then just wrap that around, give it a couple of twists. Okay, then I'm going to take the pick. Now, if you have a pick that doesn't have any ribbon, or you know, you just bought a pick that's already made, like say for like example, this one's already made. It's already done, and I just want to put a ribbon on it. That's what I can do. I can just dress up that one little pick, and it's ready to go. Okay, but this one has some ribbon, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my wire cutters and cut that off, and I'm actually going to cut off this little flower because she's really crushed up. Okay, I like these little ribbon bits, so I'm going to be tossing these aside because I really like them. I'll toss some of that big bow that I showed you earlier. Okay, so then I'm just going to take this piece, and because I have some tails to this wire, you can't see it in the camera, but it's got some tails, and I'm going to use those tails just to wrap around the stem here. Super easy thing to do. One going in one direction and the other one going in the other. Okay, and there we go. That's ready. And then I can tuck that into my tree somewhere. I'll do that. So I've got 2 of these done now. Where's my other one? Oh boy. Okay, so I've got 2 done. Oh, it keeps falling on the floor. I'm surprised my dog didn't grab it, but there. I got 2 of them ready. I'm going to do 4 more. All right, and I'll be back with those done. All right, so now that I've got my 6 picks like this done, I'm gonna make some more, but these are the ones that I've done first. I'm gonna then, on the picks, make sure the little stick on it is curved. The only reason that I do that is because when I insert it into the branch, so these are the branch, you know, the little pines on it, I can take this little hook that I've made here, slide it in there, and then use that to kind of hook onto one of the branches so it stays, you know, my hand is open right here. And see, it'll stay on there, so it'll stay in the tree. And then when you want to take it off, you just push it back and then pull it out, okay? So that's what I'm doing with these, and then I can just tuck them in here and there onto the tree. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I want to make another pick, or maybe, I don't know how many more, but I want to make a few more, and I want to add some of these flowers. I want to show you the flowers that I got. Look at these pretty flowers. Isn't that gorgeous? And I went and I bought 3 of them today, and then I came home and I grabbed whatever fall I had in my craft room, and then I realized I had 2 more, so I actually have 5 of these. So I'm kind of tempted now not to like take them off the stem and make different picks. I'm tempted to just tucking these, you know, here and there on the tree. So I might do that because I do have another little cluster here of these flowers. I got these today. And then maybe I'm making a little pick out of that with some of the greenery that I have and some other little flowers. And then I did buy some, here, let me grab those. I grabbed these with these little berry bits on it. So maybe I'll make a pick with those other flowers, this, and then maybe a different ribbon rather than the one that I just used on these picks. Okay, so let me go ahead and put those on the tree, and then we'll start making another little pick. Okay, one more thing that I want to do on mine, you don't have to do that on yours, is I'm just going to kind of crunch up the ribbon a little bit like that, just to give it a little bit of, you know, character. I don't want them just sticking out straight out. And then I can go ahead and put them on there. I've already put one way up at the very top there, so I'm going to see what, I have 6 of them, so I'll spread them out somehow evenly. And then I think I'm going to try doing that long stem, see how that looks. Alright, so I've gone ahead and I did put the picks that I told you. And now I'm taking these long stems, like I said, I think I want to put them on there. So I have put one right here. I don't know if you can see it, but of course at the end of the video I'll pan the camera so you can see all the things that I put on there at close up. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of spreading it a little bit like that, fanning it out, because I kind of want it to do that. And then I've got the long stem, so I'm going to fold the long stem and then just poke this part into the tree as far as I can, so then I can tuck these into the branches so the branches can sort of hug and hold them in place. So just make your stem so that it'll just push into your branches, and then you want to hide this in the tree. Now if you feel like, well, like me, you have a long stem, you can just trim it, okay? Just trim your stem. Kind of want to leave them long like that because maybe next year I might want to use them in a different way. But I mean, I usually just cut things, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that, and then just tuck it in like this. Make sure that this goes into the center where the post is, and if I have to bend it in there, just so that it's not sticking out, you know, like off the side and I can see it or something. So you want to make sure this is hiding in there, especially if it's going to be long like this. Okay, so I'm just going to tuck it in like so. Just tuck it way in there, and then rest this into the branches here of the pine. And that looks so pretty. And then you can just fan it out a little bit more. Just like that. That looks gorgeous. Okay, so I've got 3 more to do right here. And I'll just decide where. I think I want at the very bottom here. I don't necessarily want to go in a row. I'm going to maybe stagger them. I do like the placement of those too. So I've got one way down here, maybe one off over there on that side, and then maybe one on this side of the tree. Since I have 5, it's kind of an odd number. So again, fan them out. Oops, this leaf came off. I was noticing on these, because I did have a leaf come off, but I thought it had just like slid out of its little thing, but it actually breaks off. So little pieces in there, and I had a hard time pulling it out. I was actually using my teeth, so I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do it again. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm just going to fan around. Oops, these are stuck together there. And pop that, and then bend that in so I can put that down here. Okay, I'll go ahead and put those in, then I'll be back. So like I said, I want to do some more picks. I'll show you how to do those. All right, so I've made another pick, and I showed you this bush with these carnations, and I've cut them out so I can make this pick right here. So I've got more of those carnations right here ready, and then I cut up pieces from a bush of some of these maple leaves, beautiful kind of gold and orangey green colors. This is part of the carnation picks. I just went ahead and put these aside. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But anyway, I had 6 carnations, so I'm going to make 6 picks. I've already done that one that I just showed you, so 5 more to do. And then I've got these little berries, the little stem. I think I showed you that little stem here. I need one more from here because that stem only had 5. Well, they both only have 5, and I needed a total of 6. So cutting off from this other little stem. Anyway, and this is the bush. I had 2 of these. I bought them from that Trini store this morning. Or Trins. Sorry, I don't know why I keep saying Trini, but it's Trins. Anyway, so that's what I used to cut some of these from another bush that I had. It was cut off right here. Cut them off of that. Same bush. Okay, I'll put them off to the side over here. And then I'm going to be using this ribbon that I already had. And I believe I got this like Sam's maybe last year, big giant roll. And I've got so much of that. And I love it. So I've cut pieces, and I've already cut all my pieces. but I left this one here because I'm going to do the same thing. It's about anywhere from 10 to 12 inches here. Okay, so I'm just going to cut them like that to make the dovetail that I always do. You don't have to do that, like I said. Just cut straight or cut at an angle or do the dovetails. Okay, so I've got 5 of these ready, and so I can put this ribbon, and I also cut pieces off of this. I'm going to cut one off right now. I've got 4 over here on the side, so I need 5. So one more, and I'm cutting a good maybe 10 inches. Okay, it's not even straight or anything. All right, let me toss that over that way. Okay, so let's push these aside because the first thing I do, and I need a little piece of my floral wire, or you can use chenille stem. And to complete my chenille stem, I am actually, sorry, my little pick here, I'm actually going to go ahead and use a chenille stem as well. So you either need to cut the chenille stem in half or use the whole thing like that and then a little piece of wire, or, you know, another chenille stem. Okay, so this one, I'm not going to do the thing where I grabbed it from the corner and curled it. This one I'm just going to grab from one end, the cut end, and then just curl it up like that, just like that. And then I'll take my ribbon, scrunch it, and I put my little curly Q, I call these curly Qs, on top like that. And then I'll take my floral wire, which you can't see, but just wrap that around, any wire, just grab some wire, wrap it around. Okay, so now you're going to take a flower, and you're going to take a greenery pick, whatever you want to put on here. You're going to grab all your little stems that you want to put together and just kind of align them how you want. I'm going to fold it, you know, bend the flower up a little bit. I don't want it laying completely flat on here. One of my little berry stems, grab that. And actually I'm going to cut another piece of wire. Use whatever you want to use. You can use some floral tape to hide all that wire if you want to wrap all that up and make it all nice and neat. Okay, so I'm just going to take a wire and just wrap it around. And I cut about 6 to 8 inches of wire. And wrap the ends as well. And that's it. You just want to attach everything together, okay? Just like that. And then you can grab your you know what I did here? I wrapped when I did this one, I wrapped my pick with a floral wire, and then I used the chenille stem for my bow because I'm thinking, wait a minute, how did I do this? And then I just wrapped it a couple of times, just like that, so I have this long end, and then that I can take and put it on here. So I only cut one piece of floral wire, and that's to put the pieces of floral and greenery together. Okay, so then do that, wrap it around, twist it, and then I'm going to just wrap the ends around all the stems, just to make sure, keep those little ends together. And then whatever long stems you have, you can trim them. But then I'm also going to do a little curl here, which is what I did with the other ones, to hook them into the branches of my tree. Okay, so there I've got 2 done, and I've got to do 4 more. So we'll be back. I'm going to go ahead and put them on the tree, and then we'll see how those look on there. Okay, so I've now tucked in those new picks in there, and you can't see exactly where they are. Right there, maybe. Right next to that sunflower right there. You can see one, and one way up there. And there's some around also on the sides and at the very bottom there. But look at how the tree is starting to fill up. Now, keep in mind that I do have this tree in the corner of the room, so I don't have to decorate the back at all. I'm just making sure that the front and the sides, like when you're sitting on the couch or the love seat on each side, that you can see some decor, you know? But I'm not putting anything too far back. But if you were going to have this where you could see it all the way around, of course, you'd have to add a lot more than what I do. So you might want to double up on what I'm saying, depending on the size of your tree as well. Okay, so I think I am going to make one more pick. So let's do that. Okay, so I decided to create another pick because I did say I was going to do that, but then I wasn't sure if I was going to do it. So I have 4 of these. These were store-bought picks, and they look to me like they're from Walmart. Probably last year or the year before. I don't exactly remember when I bought these. But I have 4 of them, and I've already done one. So I'm not gonna take this apart except for the little bit of like corn husk pieces that are here. This little bits here. I'm gonna take those off I don't think I'm going to save that, so I'm just going to take them all off. Of course, I need to take the tags off as well. Take that off. Okay, one more. Take off this raffia or corn husks. I don't know what they are. Let's put that in there and make sure no more prices are on there. So I have this lovely branch here, and I'm going to cut pieces from that, and I've already done one, so 2, 3, 4. I only need 4, but there's one piece left on here, so actually let me cut the thinner one on there. I'm going to go ahead and cut them all. That way I can just throw this away. Whatever little bits I have left, I can just store them for something else. Actually, I have some other little areas here and there in the house where I could put something. So like when I have like these extra toothpicks, for example, I can just add maybe to one of them a piece of leaf or something else, and then just set this on the side table at my entry, you know, next to something, or maybe a big pumpkin. You can use whatever leftover pieces of leaves you have to tuck into any existing arrangements and such. Okay, enough of that. All right, let's go ahead and grab this. And I also have this little floral bush. This is also going to store at home. So I need to cut 3 more pieces with some flowers on it. The length doesn't matter because I'll just trim it to size in a moment. Okay, just grab some of those. And I'm just going to slide the leaves on it upward. Do a little curve on it. You know, just bend it a little bit. Bend it a little bit. Okay, let's put these 2 aside. Let me show you what I put together. This is the pick. In case I didn't already show it to you. I don't know if I did. But that's what I'm going to put together, okay? So I'll take the pick that I took off some other stuff on that I didn't like. It's just getting old, and that part I didn't like. Okay, so then we'll get some flowers here, and just kind of tuck them wherever you feel like they will look nice. And then some of these long leafy stems. Grab it all. And then we're just going to take some floral wire and leave a little bit, like maybe 1.5 to 2 inches of the end there without tying it around, and then just take the rest of the wire and then just wrap around the stem a little bit down and then go back up and then leave another end, you know, like 1 inch or so. And then you're going to grab that end that you've just cut and the end that you started with, and then you can twist those together, and then you can take some floral tape and then you can hide all that. But what I did, because I didn't want to go look for my floral tape, because I'm lazy and I already had everything here out, I'm going to use a chenille stem. So then I'm going to take the very tip of this and just leave that as slack. Wrap the chenille stem around. See how I have this long end like that? And then that little short end that I left as slack, I'm going to twist it and grab that longer end. Twist those nice and tight. And then we're going to use the chenille stem to wrap around the wire. And that'll kind of hide it, you know, just kind of hide it a little bit. And then we do our little curly Q here, a little curve. Curve all your little ends here so that we have something to hook onto the branch. And those are our picks. And I'll just go ahead and finish off the other 2 and put those on the tree. All right, so my tree is looking super full. I do have some ornamental balls that I think I want to hang on there, but I don't know if, like, where I have my ornament hooks. So I think I might grab some chenille stems, cut them into little pieces, and use that to kind of tie the ornaments on there. The ornament balls are for Christmas, but I think I want to put them on there. I bought some shatterproof ones from Dollar Tree. I'll show you in a minute, but first I have this fern, and I've got 4 bits on it like that. So I'm going to cut them off of here. 1, 2, 3. I feel like this is going to be really hard. Okay, 4. There we go. Actually, it wasn't. All right, so now I've got these bits, and I'm going to go ahead and tuck them here and there into the tree. I think these little bits on it, these little grasses on that, will give it some sort of feel like the very, you can't see it right now, but the topper, you saw that when I first did it. So I can give you that, you know, kind of mimicking the topper and also bringing more of that more rustic brown, or rustic orange I should say, which is on here, bringing that tone further down into the tree. Now remember, I have more of this ribbon as well, and normally I would put the ribbon on there first, and then I would put, you know, things, because I don't want to hide any ornaments or things with my ribbon. But I'm feeling like I want to cut it, you guys. But I might go ahead and drape some bits here and there. Okay, so let me put this on there and see how that looks, and then I'll put the ornaments. We'll see how that looks, and if I need to put more ribbon, more, then I will, because I have lots more stuff down here that you can't see. Maybe one here, one like that, one like that, one like that, maybe one like that. Okay, let me go ahead and do that, and then we'll go on to the, I guess, the next step. All right, I'll tuck this one in first, but I need to, since I don't have a stem here, you know, I don't have an end to the stem to fold, you know, to hook. What I could do is I could grab a piece of chenille stem, and I don't need the whole length of it, so I'm going to cut it in half. Just cut the chenille stem in half, and then use a little piece, tuck that in, and then wrap that around, or you could use the same pine to wrap around the bottom here to hold on to it. So let me do that. And I hate putting my back to the camera, so let me do this. Can you even see down one here? Let me get the camera down here. Okay, let me try to do this. Let's just push it in there. I'm gonna fan this out as much as I can without it getting all like crushed up. Let me bring this forward like that, so it doesn't get hidden under all the little fern leaves. And I'm trying to twist them also so that you see the pretty side up. It is a pretty girl. My dog's right here. She's just, Freya has been right by my side. I'm going to tuck that in. You guys, I think that's holding on really well, so I don't have to use a chenille stem. I thought I'd, you know, use that to tie, but it's holding on pretty good right there. It's laying on a branch of the tree. I love the way that looks. I wish I had more of this actually. And I think I'll do another one right here. I can go a little bit lower, so I can put one up here and then one up there. Yeah. Okay, I'll be back once all that's done. All right, so that's what the tree's looking like. I don't know if you can see where I put the ferns, but like I said, I will put the camera on the tree close up so that you can see the whole thing. I think I'm gonna add a few more branches, because down here I've got, I don't know if you can see those gold ones right there at the very top right there. I think I'm gonna cut that up and tuck it here and there, because I do see some bare spots, and I don't want to completely cover the tree, but that's what it's becoming. And so I see some little spots where I'm just going to tuck some of those in, and I'll be back and we'll be done. And oops, I can't be done, you guys. I said I will be back and we'll be done. I was contemplating the ribbon, but then I also mentioned that I had some ornament balls. So this is what I have. I bought from Hobby Lobby. Excuse me, baby. Got these shatterproof, kind of a creamy gold, really pretty. This was $15.98. It was $16, but I got a half off. Christmas is 50 off, so I got it for $8, yeah. And it's got a lot of ornament balls. And I want to use these for Christmas. I want to decorate some of these. And then I bought some beautiful glass bulbs as well, but I'm not going to put those yet till, I'm going to put those at Christmas. But I do want to put some of these now as is. Just fill in some spots, like I was saying, and use some of that yellow or that gold branches. Or maybe I won't after I put these on. I'm not going to put all of them on there. Sorry about the noise. Let's see. I was thinking I'll just put a chenille stem on them, and then making a little hook out of that. Just a little twist at the top. That makes a little good little hanging thing there. See that? You don't want the little ends to be poking out. Just twist them around your little bit there, and you can just hook them on a little branch like that. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I've got this sort of a pearlescent, and then I've got a glittery one, and satin. Look, those three different looks. So let's put some on. I'll be back. I don't know why this one looks so creamy compared. Well, maybe with just the light hitting it. Okay. Thank goodness they're shatterproof. Okay, let me put some of these on, and then I'll put some of those, this bush here. This is these are from Hobby Lobby. Yeah, $12.99. Look how beautiful that color is. Oh, this kind of looks like that deco mesh that I use on the roof. Okay, put some of this, put some of that. I don't think I'm gonna add any more ribbon, you guys. That'll be it. All right, everyone, so I have finished decorating my tree. I'm pretty sure I am done. I am so tired. I didn't realize it was gonna take me this long to do all this. But there it is in all its glory. I think it looks really pretty, lovely, and oh, very fallish. It's making me feel very in the mood for the holidays. I think it looks beautiful. Yes, I do. So let's do a little pan of it in close-up. For now, I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up, and I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up. And if you're new here, you're enjoying the content, please subscribe to my channel and then hit all. And this is for everybody. If you're already subscribed, please hit all and your notifications so that you get notified as soon as I upload a video. I want to thank everyone for watching and supporting my channel, and just for being here for me. Thank you all so very much. And as always, enjoy.